Fight fans, welcome. Discipline, toughness, determination. These are some of the few traits you will need to survive in one of the toughest environments in the world, Dagestan. Do you know how good they were as fighters? What will happen when these guys start fighting? A nation that has conquered the world. As a country of only 3 million inhabitants, it becomes a world leader in MMA. Get ready for the exciting story that follows the Dagestan warriors. Dagestan, 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 Dagestan. Without a doubt, the most decorated and celebrated product of Dagestan is Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov. Undefeated in 29 fights, Khabib was known for his constant pressure and his dominance in the fight. He retired as the UFC lightweight champion after defending his belt 3 times, all in the end. The Eagle's legacy goes beyond his record, as he exemplified discipline, humility, and respect. Nurmagomedov was born in the town of Sinche, with a population of 208 people. It is located in the mountain range of the North Caucasus and is known for a history of difficulties. The treacherous landscape makes it an isolated place, characterized mainly by the cold climate, the lack of food, and the conflict. Considered by many as the best lightweight of all time, Khabib began his training at the age of 8 under the tutelage of his father, Zabit Nurmagomedov, where he founded Eagles MMA. I tell people, if you've never trained with Dagestan guys, with someone from their team, you don't know what it feels like. No, it's not regular jiu-jitsu, it's like moving sand. Abdulmanap, a master in Olympic wrestling, would be the catalyst to launch the careers of many fighters. They grow up surrounded by fights in all their forms. I want to say his technique is exceptionally good because they grow up with it. They don't know anything else. However, none would be more formidable than his son, Khabib. What makes Dagestanis a force to be reckoned with? Is it their relentless pressure that forces opponents to exhaust themselves with an avalanche of knockouts? This impressive cardiovascular capacity is something that Khabib shares with many of his compatriots. The athletes from richer countries sleep in hyperbaric chambers or train briefly at altitude to increase their cardiovascular resistance. Examples include Yair Rodriguez, seen training at great altitude in an Aztec temple. Throughout the ages, Nurmagomedov's ancestors had to be expert wrestlers to protect their families and their cattle from external threats. Khabib continues this tradition of skill in wrestling. Skills that used to be used for protection and survival are now used in wrestling and sambo. Dagestan. Although Russia has long been venerated for its wrestling program, Dagestan stands as a testimony of its own exceptionalism. In the 2017 Russian National Championship, more than half of the finalists came from Dagestan. And in the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, Dagestan wrestlers won 5 of the 18 medals. Wrestling serves as a lifesaver for those who long to escape to Dagestan, feeding in tireless search for excellence. This reputation has turned Dagestan wrestlers into coveted mercenaries, representing countries such as Azerbaijan, Poland, and Bahrain. However, the most powerful weapon of the Eagle was his mentality. With most of the population living in poverty, Dagestan is not a place where you can find expensive training complexes or fitness spas. These are replaced by intense hill races, carrying rocks and fighting each other every day. This primitive and relentless training methodology forges a formidable and tireless fighter against adversity. And I think it's that hard training. Those guys like Khabib kept that pressure throughout the fight and crushed their opponents. Their ability to take rivals to the limit of exhaustion, I think, is what makes them better. Training in the mountains of the Caucasus is not the luxurious fighting camp that one would expect from a world champion like Islam Makhachev, something that the guys from Nelv discovered for the bad. I'm sunk. I'm regretting those Russian surprises, brother. I'm out. I'm out. An iron will and dedication to his faith meant that Khabib never let himself be carried away by the lifestyle of a sports superstar. How strict is the faith there, right? And everything they do, they link it to their faith. A bit like Ali, like I'm not going to lose to Allah and things like that. At the beginning of the MMA, the debate about who is the best of all time will continue to burn forever. The fighters come and go, but for a moment, the eagle flew over everyone, leaving an indelible mark. Today, the rise of Dagestani fighters continues, with rising stars like Islam Makhachev, Umar Nurmagomedov, Magomed Ankalaev, and even a new emerging promise, Sharaputdin Magomedov, forging his way to glory, hoping to reach the same height as the eagle himself. In Dagestan, the phrase "born to fight" acquires a completely new meaning. It is a world where the fight chooses you, where physical skill determines your social status, and the same mountains and hills under which you live forge you as a weapon. While many countries use progressive training methods, with emphasis on scientific theories and high-end teams, Dagestan thrives thanks to determination and will. The Dagestani conquest of the UFC becomes more evident every day, leaving us all wondering who will be the next champion to descend from the land of the mountain.